Hi everyone, I am the Sarcastic Sloth, and welcome to my channel. So as promised, off the back of my Jeffree Star video, I thought I'd do the Q&A. Like I said, on that particular video, I did cross 200 subscribers. I think I was on like 220 something at the moment. I got some very nice comments, which I always enjoy seeing, obviously. I mean, who doesn't enjoy seeing nice comments, obviously? And I got some pretty cool questions, to be honest with you. A couple of them I really didn't expect at all. They caught me completely by surprise. I mean, this week I have been quite quiet on the video front. I've not really done that much. I haven't done anything actually since the Jeffree Star video, which was out Saturday or Sunday. You know, there's not really been anything that got me going in that respect. But yeah, I had a few people who wanted me to talk and like maybe do a video on the influencer parties. I was going to, I'll be honest with you, but then I sort of just realised that there wasn't anything that I wanted to say apart from here we have a bunch of idiots around other idiots enjoying an idiot party, celebrating each other's idiocy. So I didn't feel it would be quite fair of me to stretch that out over the course of 10 minutes. Instead, what we'll do is we'll just do the Q&A, I'll reset, and then next week I'll get more into it, I promise you. But for some reason I just wasn't really feeling it, if I'm being honest. And sometimes you get that. Sometimes you have a week where you're just like, listen, the things that are coming my way in terms of the drama, it's just not really doing it for me. So without further ado, let's crack on. So first off, I've got here, it's not even an actual question. I just wanted to give a bit of a shout out really, because this person has been following my videos for quite a while and leaving really nice comments. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Seth. If I'm getting this wrong, then I'm really sorry, Seth, but Seth Wisner or Seth Wisner, it's one of the two. Pop a comment below and let me know how to pronounce it, because I would like to be able to pronounce it correctly. You know, obviously pop what you had in relation to the video, the Jeffree Star video. Then you also popped, also Q&A would be quite an interesting video. It would be fun to learn about you as a person, but left no question. I love that. I just thought it was great. And I'm not dissing, I'm not having a go, but yeah, that did make me chuckle. Like I say, Seth is one of the OGs. I think they've been around since, it must be like my Tati video or my Shane video. It's one of the two, which is basically when I started doing commentary properly. Like I say, it's really cool. You keep coming back. I don't know why. I'm just some dickhead who's talking into a microphone at the end of the day, but it's really cool. Thank you very much, Seth. I love it. Second question I've got here by Marissa, and she popped down, I really don't have a question for you other than tell about yourself. I'll just give a bit of a basic telling of me, basically. So not long started this, obviously, and I'm really enjoying myself at the moment. I'm into a lot of different things. I like skating and surfing, and obviously not doing too much of that during the quarantine days, but yeah, you know, playing guitar is another one. It's one of those things that you sort of don't really know how to describe yourself really, because I don't really want to come off like I really rate myself on one level. I don't really watch TV, it's not really my thing anymore. I watch series, don't get me wrong. The daytime TV is pretty heinous, but yeah, you know, I'm just pretty much your average dude, really. That's actually a harder question than I thought it was going to be to answer. You know, you sort of think, yeah, I'll just talk about myself, but then it's hard to sort of quantify what you do. And then you come across like a bit of a boring bastard. But you know, there's other questions here. Hopefully that will flesh it out a little bit more. So I'm sorry if my answering of your question there was a bit subpar, Marissa. But yeah, thank you very much for commenting. I've noticed again you've commented on a few of my videos too, which I very much appreciate. And yeah, for basically asking a question, but just wanting to know overall, which is a nice thing to ask really when you think about it. So next one here is a fellow fangirl. So how did you come up with your name? Easy way to answer this, I guess, is sloths are my favourite creatures. You know, we don't get too many of them here in the UK, unfortunately. Because I knew this question was coming up, I wore my my sloth mode t-shirt. Well, here's the thing, right? So everyone who knows me, like, knows that my favourite animal is the sloth. It's just always been the case. I think people have like cottoned on to that. I remember one time when I used to tell people that my favourite animal was a sloth, and they'd be like, really, man? Oh, that's a crap animal to be into. I'd be like, is it though? And now, somewhere along the line, in the last 10 years, it became terribly trendy to be into sloths. And so what the funny thing is, right, I'll get from family and friends, not so much these days. I would just get sent sloth stuff, or if they went on a holiday, I would get sloth stuff brought back for me. As you can see, I've got this cheeky sloth right here. Obviously Charles is over there. I got this for Christmas off a family member. Live more sloth, slow down, chill out, and live in the sloth lane. Tim Collins. I haven't actually read that yet. I've been reading a lot of heavy stuff recently, so maybe I'll read that just to unwind. And ironically, live more sloth, because maybe I haven't been so much recently. And if you haven't noticed from my videos, I am pretty sarcastic. You know, I'm British, man, do you know what I mean? So it's just, that's sort of part of our DNA at the end of the day. I also got on this from fellow fangirl too. Is that Harry Potter and the... I love this actually, this was so specific. It made me go, is it? Is that Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on the third bookshelf down on the guitar side? And is that the entire Harry Potter series actually? No, I think what you've confused that for is seasons 1, 2 and 3 of Deadwood, which if you haven't watched are awesome. They're really, really good. I've watched Harry Potter, all of the Harry Potters, and I've read the books 1 through 7, but I haven't read any of the latest ones really, I'll be honest with you. And I have seen, is it the Fantastic Beasts and the one with Johnny Depp in it. I keep falling asleep if I'm being honest. They're on at Christmas, but I just KO every single time. I don't know if that's necessarily to do with the film, or you know, it's usually after dinner, and then obviously everyone just sloths out afterwards. And then what made you actually decide to start a YouTube channel? Well, weirdly enough, you know, obviously a lot of people have been complaining about, well, rightly so, but you know, a lot of people have taken a lot of issue with quarantine. Like I said, I don't watch TV anymore, I just can't. Basically YouTube for me, or I'll look up things specifically to watch, you know, like documentaries. I love documentaries. I do watch other things, don't get me wrong, watch a lot of Forensic Files and stuff like that, but you know, that's just because, yeah, I just find it mad. What made me want to start is, for like the last 3 years, I've been like, I can do that. Like, I can do that. I know I can do that in terms of having a commentary channel. I know I can do it because I've been doing it with my friends for years, man. I've been talking nonsense to my mates for absolutely years, and I just knew I could do it. It was one of those things that, because I'd be working the whole time, and I used to do a groundskeeper job, I'd be knackered by the time I'd come in from work, and I just wouldn't be able to, I'd just KO every single time. I just, when this all kicked in, I was like, right, so I'm going to buy a webcam, buy a stand for the webcam. I don't really need that much to start a channel, in all honesty. It doesn't cost me anything to start a YouTube channel via YouTube. Well, I'm just gonna bloody do it. I'm just gonna go all in and do it. Why not, you know, and see where it gets me. Maybe people think I'm some idiot who shouldn't be talking and whatever, and if that's the case, well then I'll stop, and then if I get anything encouraging, then I'll carry on. And that's just basically how I looked at it. And for a long time leading up to when I first started getting like a full injection of subscribers, I was happy if my videos got like 20 subscribers. I was like, oh, sick, it's working, it's working. You know, you fake it till you make it, I guess, in that regards. And now I'm doing it, and I'm getting nice comments, and you know, I've had some weird comments too. I don't think off the top of my head that I've had one that really addressed my videos in terms of what was in there. It was either the comments, or it's just like, hey, this is my opinion, which is cool. But a lot of the time I haven't actually answered those, because it's like, if you've got a problem with my video, I'll answer that. That's cool. No worries, any day. But if it's just like, yeah, I'm here for a whinge, well, yeah, you can do that too. I don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. But don't expect me to sort of stand up for people or things that I didn't address. So there you go. So what made me actually decide to start a YouTube channel? I knew I could do it. And I've got all the time in the world at the moment, which is ironic seeing as I haven't done anything YouTube wise this week. But again, I just wasn't really feeling it this week, and I'm not like a monetized channel or anything of that nature, so it's not like I'm losing coin if I just take a bit of time off. But yeah, thank you very much for that, fellow fangirl. I do appreciate your question, and hope to see you around in the future videos in the comments section. That would be awesome. Okay, so the next one I've got from Megan, who I actually know Megan. Yeah, I know her from Twitter. Funnily enough, it was through another mutual friend. Like, it's funny, right? So everyone that I know on YouTube or Twitter, every single person, every subscriber, every follower or anything of that nature, they're all people I did not know until I started this. I haven't had any of my friends on here at all. I haven't told any of my friends really, just because I wanted to see if I could do this on my own to begin with, and then didn't really want to sort of go around, you know, being that like, oh, can you subscribe to me? I know you'll never watch my videos because you're not into that kind of stuff, but like, it'll be great if you subscribe. It just felt a bit, you know what I mean? That's just me. I'm a bit weird like that. But yeah, so Megan is someone that I've met through this whole adventure, you could say. Okay, my question for your Q&A, how many times have you watched Catfish the movie? There's a specific reason I'm being asked this, and this is because I love Catfish the movie. I happened to be during my enzyme replacement treatment. Again, if you want more information on that, go and check out my Fabry's video. I just happened to be watching Catfish the TV show. I went onto Twitter and I was like, God, you know, it's nowhere near as good as the movie. And she goes, I haven't seen the movie before. I said, what did you just say to me out loud? That is crazy talk, that you've not seen Catfish the movie. What? So I said, right. And she downloaded it, and I said, I think you need to watch this at the same time. So I've got it on my computer anyway, you know, popped it on at the same time as she was watching it too. And yeah, it's just such a weird movie to me. I love weird documentaries. So if anyone watches this and has any weird documentaries in mind they think I would like, of the Catfish ilk, anything like that, I absolutely love. So if you've got any suggestions, I would love that. But yeah, I've watched it probably 7 or 8 times. Like, so the other question I've got to get it off my phone. Okay, so this one I got from Saya. She's another YouTuber. If you haven't checked out her channel, then you definitely should. I'll pop a link below. But she asked me, yeah, of course she would ask me this kind of question as well. It's so funny. If you could choose between wiping your memory up until today, from birth until now, versus wiping only your short-term memory every 5 minutes, but keeping your old memories, which one would you choose? So for me, that's actually quite easy. I thought about it for a little bit, but I thought, you know, I think it took me like 5 minutes to really weigh up the pros and cons. And I think what I would do is I would want the one where I could make new memories. Because otherwise, if you're just going through life where you're thinking about your old memories, then you're just basically like a ghost. So yeah, I would like to be able to make new memories, and I guess at the end of the day, I could just sort of ask someone what I did before, you know. I don't know if that's a part of it. She didn't state as such, so I'm going to have that. The next question is from Insatiable Curiosity. Oh yeah, so these last 2 questions really surprised me, and like in a really pleasant way, so thank you very much. This one has 2 parts, or like 3 parts, and the last question sort of relates to this in a way, so I'll just read this out and, you know, we'll address the last part last. So, how long have you been playing guitar? A long time, but I'm not that good. If you think I'm some kind of guitar hero, I'm sorry, I'm gonna piss on your dreams from a great height. I'm not a guitar hero. In fact, I haven't played guitar probably for about four years, maybe like 5 years, up until lockdown, quarantine, and that's when I realised that I lost all my dexterity. Like, my pinky dexterity was basically gone, and I was like so frustrated with that. But yeah, you know, I'm getting back into it. Obviously, I've got nothing but time at the moment because I got let go from my job before lockdown occurred, which was nice. Basically, at the moment, I've got nothing but time, so I've been playing guitar a lot more. I was learning like the riff from System of a Down Aerials the other day, and there's just some songs that I used to know that I can't play as well as I used to anymore. It's really annoying, so I'm getting back into it more and more. What's your favourite type of music to play? It will literally range from anything, like as we'll see, because your last question, is it different from the type of music you tend to listen to? Thanks, Mr. S. Sloth, I like your formalities there. Then we got Unknown Carp, what genres of music do you like? Any bands and artists do you like? So for those of you who are sort of over this by now, I'm just basically going to talk music, so which I really like. That's pretty cool. So what I thought I'd do is I'd give a list of stuff I like, because I can't quantify it. I love music of any kind, really. I do obviously go more towards like guitar based music, like bands. I love sort of band type stuff, really. I always have. So what I thought I would do is I would give a list of bands that I sort of have like eras of music that I'm into, if that makes any kind of sense. My favourite bands from when I was younger were Funeral for a Friend, Taking Back Sunday, you could tell I had a bit of like an emo phase, Killswitch Engage, Tool. Tool's an awesome band. If you haven't checked out Tool, then God almighty, they are immense. And they got a new album after like 10 years as well that came out last year. Incubus, Linkin Park, I used to really like when I was like proper young in school. Alkaline Trio, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Sublime. I love, who doesn't like Sublime at the end of the day? And Biffy Clyro, but I wanted to say there's a point on that I make. Biffy Clyro's Revelations album is just every single song on it is perfect, man. It's absolutely just a spot on like rock album. They're Scottish, they sing in a Scottish accent, which I think is so sick. They've got one of my favourite songs of all time, maybe my top 3 songs of all time on there, which is Mountains. And if I'm ever feeling like I need a bit of a boost or something like that, I need a bit of a pick-me-up, I listen to that song. Mountains is just such a sick song, man. And then when I went to uni, where I only listened to 60s and 70s music, so that would be a Jimi Hendrix, Doors. I love the Doors, man. I love Jimi Hendrix too. I like every single album that he's done. Just everything he did, everything he touched turned to gold. It was amazing. Jefferson Airplane, Buffalo Springfield, for what it's worth, is in my top 3 songs. Absolutely. I can't gauge where it is in relation to Mountains. Creedence Clearwater Revival, and these aren't from that era, but they're sort of, it's from my era of listening to that music, I guess. Clutch and Caius, so they were what you'd call like stoner bands, because I used to be a massive stoner back in the day. And John Butler Trio. John Butler Trio isn't a stoner band, but you need to, and I'm gonna put a link down in the bottom there. There's this song that he does, this instrumental song called Ocean, and he plays it on a 12-string acoustic guitar. And before I watched that, I didn't know you could play guitar like that. Like, it was totally alien to me that could be done. It's sort of like that finger style before that finger style became like a huge thing, if that makes any kind of sense, with guitar playing. And then, it might surprise you, I went through, because I was listening to metal at one point anyway. I would listen to Killswitch and Pantera, but I went through like a really heavy metal phase, like Despised Icon, Carnifex, The Faceless, Meshuggah. I love Meshuggah. And then one of my favourite bands is a British band, and you should check this out even if you're not into really heavy music. I've only put this in here because it was I found them out during this era. Tesseract from the UK, they sort of take that Meshuggah sound, but then they also have a guy who sings. It's completely clean vocals. Other bands I was into at that time as well were Cloud Kicker, who actually wasn't a band, even funnily enough. He just does it all at home on his computer. Parkway Drive, who I've seen live, awesome. Ghost Inside, seen live, awesome. Carnival, I would put them in the same sort of bracket as Tesseract maybe, because they're a bit like Tesseract and Tool put together, if that makes any kind of sense. Volumes is another really good band, and Oceano. I'd still listen to that kind of music. Mostly it would be if I'm working out, say. But my early 20s I was a bit annoyed. That was when I got diagnosed with the Fabry, so you'll understand I was a bit more annoyed back then. Hip hop, Akala is my favourite, like absolutely 100%, because he's not just like a hip hop MC, he's so much more. If you type in Arcala, Fire in the Booth, I'll put the description down there. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll pop it in here and down here. It's absolutely amazing, mind-bending, absolutely mind-bending. He also does talks at like addressing the like Oxford Union as well, in terms of like Black history and how it's been distorted over the course of the years, over the centuries really. So he's amazing. Low-key, he's from the same kind of ilk. He's quite political, but his songs are amazing. And then Jurassic 5 I really enjoy, because they're just fun. They're sort of like conscious hip hop. And Immortal Technique is another one that I really enjoy. Probably noticed when it comes to hip hop, I tend to like my more political hip hop, I guess. And then I went through a phase, well I still am I guess, where I listened to so much metal growing up, so much rock and all of this, and it's all predominantly male singers for the most part. I then got into listening to a lot of female artists. Favourites from that, I would say Bat 4 Lashes, London Grammar, Emmeline, Florence and the Machine. I think I liked her older stuff more. Hayley Reinhardt and Jenny Owen Youngs. I love Jenny Owen Youngs. They're the kind of songs that you listen to and you're like, oh my god, she just sort of summed everything up. And then another one that I really like is Zaz, Z-A-Z. I've got no idea what she's saying, just because I don't know French. I'm terrible with languages personally. I don't know what she's singing, but I love the way she sings it. I'll put it that way. So I don't know if I just sort of went fully up my own arse there, if you know what I mean. But when you ask me any bands or artists you like, it's like, where do I start, man? Like, where do I start? Like, music for me is just the one, really. I just wish I was better at playing it. It was sort of a case of you were asking for it when you asked me that, really, if you thought that I've gone on too much there. But the only sort of stuff that I don't really listen to, sort of chart stuff, I'm not too into it a lot of the time. I mean, if it's good, if it's solid, if it's got like a amazing, like a really good singer, really good songwriting, doesn't have to be, but preferably really good instrumental value to it, then yeah, I'll listen to it all day long. I like Billie Eilish. I don't give a shit what anyone says, you know. I know people like to rag on her for some reason. Anyway, like I said, I'm just prattling on now. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and stay safe out there.